episode 7, The Yin and Yang. And it's your boy Icon with a Netflix television animated review for you, episode 7. So we got this one and then the next one. Before we get started, hit the notification bell, like, and subscribe as always. And let's check out some little Tomb Raider. So in the last episode, Jonah and Lara were knocked unconscious and they were being dragged into the abyss by God knows who. And it ended up being, I guess, the Mayans, the spirits, like the owners of the spirit plane or whoever, or maybe just like some local people. They bring them to their village, and then while they're in the village, Lara got high. Lara was high. Like she started hallucinating. She was seeing different visions of like the day her and Camilla, broke up from each other. Visions of her and Jonah and everybody and her daddy and everything. And she ended up seeing, like, I believe it was episode 2. When she was in the caverns with Jonah, and they came across the spirit, like the spirit that everybody thought was the villain, but she turned out to be like the good person because she was trying to protect the children. Lara saw her in her hallucination, her ecstasy dream, and the spirit told Lara that she must restore the yin and the yang, to the realms, or she has to restore the yin and the yang and restore balance to the stones, because that's the only way that you can defeat the stones. So then, for some reason, Lara takes that information, and then, I don't know, she just started, like, smoking some weed or something, because when Jonah woke up, and then he went over, and he was like, oh my God, what happened? He was like, Lara, there you are, like, how are you? And she's like, oh, I'm fine, Jonah, like, everything's perfectly fine. Do you want some dinner? She's like, are you thirsty? And then he's just looking at her like, bitch, what is wrong with you? And then he was just like, but she was just like, oh, we're about to have tea. She's like, do you want tea? A spot of tea, Jonah? And then he's just like, Devereaux has all the stones. He's put them together, and he's about to destroy the world, and you're worried about tea. And then she was like, well, we can't go after him on an empty stomach. And then she's like, for the love of God, Jonah, you have to learn to, like, mellow out. And everybody's looking, and Jonah looking at her like, what's wrong with this bitch? She's crazy. But she said that in her hallucination dream, she discovered balance and learned, like, the importance of balance and the art of balance. And she said that, she apologized to Jonah again. She was like, I've never been good at saying I'm sorry, but she said that I apologize because although I don't want you to come with me because I don't want you to be in danger, I do need your help if I'm going to do this. She's like, you, Zip, like, Camilla, everybody. She's like, I need everybody. And she said it's about time that I stopped playing games, and I started admitting it. So then he started crying, and then the two of them clicked up together, and they were like, bet, let's do the damn thing and let's save the world. So then they were watching TV. They found out where Devereaux was, and they loaded up, and they went to go kick Devereaux's ass. When they got there, to the place where Devereaux was, when they got there, the light had already showed up, because we saw in the last episode, Camilla caught a glimpse of the light getting in an airplane, getting ready to announce themselves to the world. Devereaux had basically captured all of them, or like whatever members were on that plane. He captured all of them, had them on their knees, and then they were just like, oh, if you kill the light, there'll be many more heads, cut off one head and 2 more take his place. And then he was just like, nah, he said, I'm here to infect your colony. And I guess he was going to use the power of the staff to mind control them and then use them to destroy the light from within. So, I mean, that's pretty much what I got from it. I don't know why they had to be in that cavern in order to do it. But then Lara showed up, Jonah showed up, and then when they showed up, they bumped into Camilla and MI6 or whatever government organization she works for. So then, the 3 of them clicked up, and they were just like, all right, let's go stop Devereaux. They kicked in the door. Devereaux was waving the 4-4. A big battle ensued. Devereaux tried to control some of the members of the government. It didn't work, and then people were fighting. Other people were fighting. Jonah disappeared from the fight for like a long stretch of time, and while they were fighting, Lara was pretty much like, Devereaux used the staff. While holding the staff, he used it to transform himself into a griffin. That was the colors of all the staff members. Lara was using her pitchfork axe to chip certain pieces of the stone off of him to turn the stone back to normal. And then finally, it came between, I guess, like the yellow and the green stone, because she had knocked the red and she had knocked the other one, like, off his body. So then Camilla was fighting him, like, Lara was fighting him. And then there was a moment where Devereaux was going to kill Camilla, but then Lara got in the way to intercept him. And then Devereaux got close enough to possess Lara and took over her and tried to mind control her to kill Camilla. And then Camilla pulled out the shotgun and she was like, bitch, don't make me shoot you. And then, she was like, come on, Lara. She's like, we're best friends. She's like, I love you. And, don't do this. And then Lara tapped into the power of the spirits telling her that balance must be restored. She must find the yin and the yang. And she found a way to calm her mind and calm her spirit. And she was able to block the power of Devereaux and the power of the stone. And she was able to, balance out the anger and achieve peace and tranquility. And then after that, they flooded the chamber, and then they knocked some electrical wiring down. They electrocuted Devereaux, which knocked him out, and then all the stones fell off him. Lara picked up the stones, and then Devereaux was like, how were you able, to not be mind controlled? And she said, because you're the one that told me that the stones themselves aren't evil. The evil comes from within the person who's holding them. And because I've discovered peace and I've discovered balance, I wasn't able to be corrupted, by the anger and the power of the stones. So then she told Devereaux, she was just like, look at your daddy, he wouldn't want this for you. And then I guess the government arrested him. They arrested the light. And then now Lara is in possession of all 4 stones. So we got Devereaux out of the way. And so he didn't make it to the finale. Because when I saw Devereaux got locked up, I was just like, wait a minute, is the series over? Like, what's happening? But Devereaux, we still got 1 episode left, and Devereaux's been taken care of. So Lord knows what's going to happen in the final episode. But now Lara has all the stones. And apparently her, along with Jonah, they're going to fly to the mountain where the stones originated from. And I'm going to assume the purpose of doing this is so she can return the stones from whence they came and restore true balance and restore true peace once and for all. Before they got on the plane, everybody got an upgrade. Jonah's fiance gave him all the equipment and food he could need. And then Zip had upgraded Laura's entire arsenal, and he gave her the belt holster with the 2 guns. That was cool. So now we're going to see her use them like in the final episode. But yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, I guess they're on their way to return the stones, but if Devereaux's gone, unless he breaks out of prison, if Devereaux's gone, and if the 12 members of the Light got arrested along with Devereaux, who's gonna be there? Like, what's gonna happen at the end? Like, is she gonna fight like the spirits? I don't know. It's very interesting stuff, but we are getting set up. Lara is a different character now. Like, she's a more balanced, lighthearted, humbled character. She's not like this mean, angry person. Like, the funny thing about Lara Croft, she's like Batman without the mask. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way she maneuvers and the way she operates. But she's a little lighthearted now. Like, she's thinking more. She's more worried about, like other people. She's not being selfish. So like I said, we'll see what happens. 1 more episode to go. That's how this one ended, and thank you for tuning in. So yeah, no spoilers for the finale if you saw the finale, but let me know what you thought about this particular episode. Did you think Devereaux got defeated too soon? Like, did you want that to stretch out to the last episode? Are you happy to see Lara finally got the 2 shotties and she's ready to go to work? Leave your questions, comments, and we'll continue to talk about it. Because aside from Lara Croft, I've also got the Penguin up on my channel. I got Agatha all along, and I got Superman and Lois up on my channel. Check me out on TikTok. Check me out on X, Instagram, and YouTube, where you can leave your questions, comments, and concerns. Because I'm loving Tomb Raider so far, and it's sad that there's only 1 more episode to go, but I'm probably the only person on the planet who hasn't seen the 8th episode yet. I'm sure everybody has seen the entire season. So thank you for tuning in. Until next time, guys, as we conclude the finale of Lara Croft Tomb Raider, we got the yin and yang, and let's bring it all together, because till then, we're out this